Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
Okay. Last episode, I promised I would talk about I'm done worrying about blank and how my arrogance flared up. Oh, and perhaps a third thing. Everything I thought I couldn't live without, I've had to live without. Where to start? Let's start with the fun stuff, the arrogance. So I was on a group meeting with 6 or 7 friends, all men. So a men's group meeting. And a friend of somebody's had passed away, which is sad, right? It is sad. And drug addiction actually killed the guy. Dude was trying to get clean and sober, and he couldn't do it, and he OD'd on heroin. So pretty heavy. My friend who was relaying the news to us, so not everybody knew the person who passed away, but my friend who relayed the news to us is really kicking ass right now. I feel like he's got this really cool relationship with this girl, and he's just, dude's thriving, and just, you can tell, man. And I'm really excited and happy for him, and which is, I don't want to say kind of new. It's kind of new for me to be like, especially on the girl front, to like see somebody, this girl's super cute and vibrant, and they're a great match, and like I'm super stoked for them, and I see their shininess, and it feels good, right? And so I am just aware of how happy I am for them, where perhaps before I'd be like, damn it, why didn't I get the girl? Or who knows, whatever funny things that can go through, goes through my mind as a human. Why did I just admit that? I don't know. Anyhow, so he said, hey, man, we're on the video or on the call. And he says, hey, man, I kind of got some sad news. And I was like, oh, no, did he break up with a girl or whatever? If they're officially dating or boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think they've said that yet. And who knows, by the time this episode is published, they may not be, or maybe they are. Maybe they will have gone public. So I will not say names. Anyhow, I was like, oh no, did he break up with this girl? And he started talking about how that dude passed away. And I swear this is where my brain went. Phew, thank goodness you didn't break up with a girl. Oh my gosh. And I thought, I didn't say anything. I did not say anything before or during the meeting. But I did have the thought. And then it was an impassioned meeting, and, someone else we knew had passed away. Actually, this person was trying to get sober. Sorry to talk about people trying to get sober and dying, but this person had tried to get sober, couldn't, fell down all wasted, smacked her melon, and died. And they found her a couple days later. So anyway, I'm glad I don't have to drink today. But this is not a disposition on drinking and drugging. Like, God bless people that can recreationally do all that, or do it abusively and get away with it. Whatever. Again, this is not a discourse on any of that. I apologize profusely for even going down that path. I so often try to avoid it, or don't even try and avoid it. It just doesn't even come up too much. So, I mean, I will talk about recovery here and there, but so there was lots of emotions flying around. And it was an impassioned meeting about the topic where really there was lots of emotions, tears, all this stuff. And so at the end of the meeting, when we're all just hanging out after, I'm like, hey, man, you know what my thought was? I told him I was relieved that you didn't break up with your girl and that your friend had just died. So wrong, so warped, so arrogant. I don't even know where that came from. I think the key thing, it was unnecessary to say it. That was the thing. Why did I need to say it too soon? It was too soon, A. B, definitely coded in arrogance and insensitive and all this stuff. And I'm still giggling about it now. As you can, I don't know, whatever life. I'm just in the spot where I'm like, hey, man, like we're all God's creation. We are all one. Like I feel that more and more. I swear to you, it's palpable. Like death, life, all that's an illusion, man. We're one. Like the molecules, like, I don't know. I'm going to learn how to talk about it better, but I'm just in this space. So, I went through this big grief cycle to get to this point. And so I definitely, it can sound flippant, it can sound arrogant, and perhaps it is. But yeah, man. So I'm like, death's an illusion, right? I really believe that. And I'm starting to internalize it. And like the whole judgment thing, there's nothing to judge because we're all pieces of the puzzle required as God's creation. And I don't know. Nonetheless, it was not an appropriate time for me to talk about we're all one in the way that I presented it, which it did not come across like that. It came across as like Misha's being arrogant and a prick. So I sent an email to the group fairly soon thereafter, apologizing. And I called my friend and was like, yo, like that was insensitive. Like I am sorry for your loss and your friend. And I'm glad you're thriving in life outside of that. I tried to explain myself a little, but really just copped to, like I was arrogant and rude and insensitive. And on the email to the group, I was like, yo, anybody who's grieving who knew this individual, like, I'm sorry. Again, I was insensitive and a little arrogant, and then if it triggered grief in anybody, because even if you didn't know these people, that stuff can trigger grief, man. And grief's heavy. And sometimes you don't need someone cackling in your face when you're feeling that grief. And I went through a legit grief cycle. I did. Like I said, if you've listened to any of these podcasts or know my history, I cried for a few years every day. Like the realities of life and change, I was heartbroken, man. And I'm well on the other side of that, whatever that means. But Alan with this, I was did some yoga this afternoon and managed to squeak in some yoga in a shower. And I was thinking as I got all this copy done and I finished the copy, I said that on the previous episode, and the why did I do this summit. So again, the Tools for a Good Life Summit, go check it out and register, toolsforagoodlifesummit.com. But part of what made that possible was the grief that was sparked in me from from a breakup. That was the final blow. Like, I had been divorced, career upheaval, parents dying, financial distress. And then, all of a sudden I had more success and had money again. And then that breakup happened, and money was not solving the problem. And the emotional bottle cap was ripped off. Yeah. So I get grief. I do. But anyway, yes. So that girl, that breakup was like the catalyst that got me to this point of Tools for a Good Life Summit. And I got to convey that in the copy. And there you go. Arrogant number 2. Oh, yeah. Almost arrogant number 2. This episode's going a little longer than I expected. Arrogant number 2. Someone was concerned about their child. And I was very flippant about their concern. And I pointed it out in front of a bunch of people, which was a total asshole move. I projected my opinions onto him and my thoughts. Totally inappropriate. Dude was being vulnerable, and I just like kicked the stool out from under him. I got a whole great story about my mother and her kicking the stool out from under me. That's where that comes from. God bless you, Mom, if you're listening from heaven or whatever it is. Again, we're all one, so no one's really dead. She's just a part of me. Anyhow, assuming we're all not that far yet, and Mom's, her essence is paying attention. God bless you, Mom. I say this out of love. She, when I was like 9 years old, was like, hey, grab the crackers off of the top of the fridge. And I had to grab a stool to get it. And I was like, why is Mom having me grab the crackers off the top of the fridge? You know why she was? So when I got up there and was stretching on the top of the stool to grab the crackers, schwack, she kicked the stool out from under me, and I came tumbling down. It's funny to me today. God bless. God bless. I swear to you. I got to work through all of that with my mother. How is this deteriorated to that? So anyway, that's where the kicking the stool out from under you comes from. But so that guy, I was arrogant, insensitive, projecting my own BS onto him. And I sent him an email apologizing. I was like, yo, that was not cool. You were showing concern for your kid. And I was just a flippant, arrogant a-hole. I apologize. And he was super cool about it and was like, don't sweat it. My other friend texted me back too, said, hey man, don't sweat it. I love you. And people from the group, they're like, hey, your heart is full, man. You're so loving and kind and compassionate. We'll give you a pass. We'll give you a pass for humanness. Oh my God, life is good. That's it. Go register. toolsforagoodlifesummit.com. And there's awesome bonus upgrades for you. Peace out.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.